This is Tom Duty,
Middle-aged.
American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. Open mic, Roosevelt Field Mall shooting part 2. Took a break. This Roosevelt Mall shooting really shows, illustrates what Barack Obama says each shooting is that our shootings have become routine. Now, granted, this was a robbery; it was not a mass murder, and nobody was killed. But you got shots at a mall. It went trending, and then everyone said, it's just a guy who got shot stealing a Rolex." So it ended up being kind of a small story, but it's still trending, though not especially fast. And I'll see what I can do with it. The drill here, the idea is that I will get someone's voice to join me on uh, Hangouts. I've come close a couple times, but it has yet to happen. So it looks like someone has released a video. It's professional. It's probably an amateur video released by a local news station. So let's see if I can do anything with that. No, it's a news organization tweeting a news organization. I look for people. Nicholas. But that's all he says. I like people that say a couple of things about themselves so I can describe them the way they describe themselves. Okay, so here's one. Terry Jones tweeted 2 minutes ago. He's a security and risk consultant. Which kind of has a nice ring to it, especially given the nature of the news. So I'm going to say security risk man, risk pro man. Uh, shot, robbery attempt, robbery attempt. It's the middle of the day. It kind of goes into the criminal goes into a shopping mall, somehow expects to walk out with, a Rolex. That's what I've heard, what I've sort of read. So I've got my Google link. If someone were to click on my Google link and they have a Google account and they go past the warning sign tells them their voice is going to be on the internet. I add my JPEG file, which is just a companion promo for this open mic, Roosevelt Field. And off goes. First tweet. Part 2. It's Terry Jones. Terry tweeted 3 minutes ago. And in the meantime, I got one more tweet. Now, when these are really busy, really active, I could get 50 or 60 tweets in that amount of time. This one is a little slow. If it would have been a mass gunman, mass murderer, or someone would have died, maybe a couple would have died, then this would be more active. Here's Leonard Suarez. Gusoff. Okay, so I can use Leonard. I got to use Leonard because there's not much here. So Leonard is Mucho Rumba Man. And he tweeted an English report, but yet his stuff is in Spanish. Mucho Rumba Man. Gusoff reports. So I add my link. in my JPEG. Tweet 2, part 2. That was Leonard Suarez. He tweeted 2 minutes ago. Oh, I've got 5 new tweets. I can work with this. It's not too slow. Okay, so this is Crystal, tweeted 50 seconds ago. She's a want. She's a wildlife conserve woman. She actually says she wants to be. I will give her the credential now. For former mall employee. Trying to figure out how to reword her tweet. What the heck? I put my there we go. So she's got my Google link, my JPEG, and yeah, I thought I was too long. I'll get rid of former. So I have wildlife conserve woman, mall employee. What the heck? Roosevelt Field Mall. And Twitter would have allowed me one more character. I'm at Hoboken Terminal. These people, usually they come in a little more condensed rush. Okay, let's see how that did. So I got 9 more. Mine's the top one. Here's Aaron. Aaron makes it easy. He is a media pro man. One injured. One. I don't know. I don't know why he's using the word detained. The professional report uses the word detained. I would think this person would have been arrested. So I give my Google link and the Roosevelt Field tag, and I'll add my JPEG. Okay, let's see if that's enough time. And it's sort of not. That only got one new tweet. Outdoor animal Dublin woman and shots fired. 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 Her name is Ellen Pleasant. Eileen Pleasant. She's Irish. I don't know how the Irish would say that. There's my Roosevelt. And my JPEG. So Ellen Pleasant tweeted 4 minutes ago. Now there's two more tweets. John Hogan doesn't give me enough to go on. And I can use this. I prefer people to news organizations. And I will do this. San Jose News Org. There's a person behind this. San Jose News Org. Robbery investigation. Add my Google link. All right. This one is so slow that I got to give it time to get some tweets. I definitely picked the wrong one. There was a trend on Secret Service that's more active than this now. It started about the same time as a mall shooting. A Secret Service agent got his gun stolen. And then there's an actor named Blake who got arrested for DUI. I think it was last night. Uh, uh, okay, this is M Square. In M Square has a picture of, looks like a New York subway, and it says, fuck out of here, fuck out of here. He tweeted about 3 minutes ago. Passionate, fearless, PhD candidate. This might be a she. Black masculinities. Masculinities. Professional developer, teacher, learner, dreamer, hopeful and unapologetically black. I wonder why. I wonder what it means to her. Uh, she says black. She's a woman. It's a woman. This, yeah, this is a woman. Okay, so I'm gonna follow her, and unapologetically black. It's the first I've seen that. I'm gonna say unapologetically black woman. Unapologetically. Of course, I misspelled it. Unapologetically. It's really more of a typo than a misspelling. Unapologetically black woman. And add my Google link and the Roosevelt Field tag and my JPEG. And there goes another tweet. This is the first time I've done this between 5 and 10 times. I've done open mic between 5 and 10 times now, and it's the first time I've had to wait for more tweets. I had more active trends to choose from before, but tonight it was a little slow. Here comes a boatload of people from New York City. All right, should be enough time. I'll do a tweet hunt. Got 5 new ones. Of course, I'm one of them. So 4 new ones. I got King David Lane. He's a stand-up comedian. I don't need to look any further. King David Lane works for me. Stand-up comedian, VOC, Wrestling Nation co-host, member of the same different improv troupe. Uh, Wrestling Nation co-host. So I'm going to simplify King David to this, which is comedian, WSTLING, wrestling, media, pro man. King David Lane does a radio, I assume radio show on something to do with comedy and wrestling, and immediately thought, would be a shooting there. Yep, unfortunately, I was correct. Yep. So I'm going to change condense his tweet to shooting. Yep, shooting. Add my Google link. Oh, King David Lane is following me. I don't even have my tweet off yet. Here we go. King David Lane. Google tells me, or Twitter tells me I have 11 characters to spare. You know, it'd be cool if, this guy is no shyness for voice in public places. So maybe he would join me on this hangout. Listeners, if you're also watching, a couple of commuters that just did a Hussein Bolt run through in this terminal. And people do run, of course, between the ferry boat from New York, and the trains out to other places in New Jersey. What was different about these two is they ran fast. All right. And there goes a boatload of people. And it's picked up a little bit. So, but I'm going to go to my notification, see what I can do with King David. Yeah, King David Lane. So he has kingdavidlane.com. Okay, improv, improv. Troupe, improv troupe member. That's a proper noun. I might as well do all of it. Diffference, difference, improv, troupe member, man, follows me. Let's see. And I think Twitter's gonna deny me this many characters. Let's see. No, I have 2 characters to spare. So thank you, King David. What's his name again? King David Lane, kingdavidlane.com. Thank you, kingdavidlane.com. See, I mean, he's a comedian. There's a picture of him here with his troupe. He seems funny. Now, how he does humor with wrestling, wrestling is funny. So it's an interesting gig. My tweet's the top one, so I'm going to give this a few minutes. At Hoboken Terminal, Hoboken, New Jersey, near the Lincoln Tunnel. It is evening rush hour, day before Christmas Eve, 2 days before Christmas Eve. And this is open mic. I created Google Hangout. Google Hangout link allows people to click. If they click on the link and click through the warning screen, their voice is heard with mine. It's the same Google system I used for Credit Card Debt Talk with Adam Strom and Voodoo Talk with Paula Brown. And so whether the person's in the same room with me, like I do with Paula Brown, or across the country, like Adam Strom, it works exactly the same way. So the idea is here on Twitter, if they click on my link, no matter where they are, their voice can be heard. I got an almost last night with a fire in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And the man was in Sao Paulo, and he clicked on my link. He clicked through the warning sign. His image appeared on my screen, but his voice didn't follow. He then followed in a tweet and said that he was in a meeting, which I still think is pretty funny. His name is Claudio. Okay, 5 new tweets. None of them are mine. So I should be able to work with 5 tweets. Okay, this one's interesting. I'm going to call him Ohio Blogger Man. And I'm going to say the Roosevelt Field Mall in Instagram. So there goes a tweet to YVES Cantanella. One new tweet. This is probably mine. It is not. There's another tweet that is mine. So Ulez tweeted 2 minutes ago. Looks like he has a picture of New York skyline, I think. So I'm going to call him Angel to Lost Soul Man. I got a reply tweet from Crystal Conway. That name's not familiar to me. I'm going to say shots fired. and I post. Gotta get my JPEG. There was a guy sleeping right next to me. It was uncomfortably close. He's moved. All right, so I'm gonna go check my notifications and see what. Crystal Conway. This. Okay, I did follow this woman. Yeah, so I can say uh, just a birder woman. Paul, Mark, 5 years. So she has replied to me. She's Crystal Arnold. Uh, 2 minutes ago, she tweeted. It was a reply tweet to me. I've now replied to her once again. I add my JPEG. My tweet to her was just a birder woman, Roosevelt Field Mall, Hallmark, 5 years. So this story I don't think is big enough. The stories are big. The news crews often go out and try to find someone. So right there, I found someone, and she's responsive. So if the news crews were looking for someone to talk to, she could probably. She worked at Hallmark for 5 years. She probably has some friends on speed dial who might still work there or know someone who does. The story of the Colombian beauty queen who got decrowned. She was a beauty queen for 3 minutes. She got decrowned. Univision had a reporter in the streets of Colombia, and it looked raucous, Colombia like. People were screaming about the injustice of this mistake. Miss Colombia got crowned and uncrowned, and that proved to be a huge story. It was still trending today for a couple hours, and it's I think a Saturday night program, so it had quite a life to it, quite an extended life. I left it alone for a while, and after my tweet, and I'm still the top tweet. No one has tweeted after me. Okay, here comes a boatload of people. I'll let them pass before I. There's already 4 new tweets, but I'll let it accumulate a little bit. Yep, there's my wife. So the timing from for me and my wife, she tweets it from Soho, which she's just done, and I leave Hoboken, and I get to our barrio before she does, and I meet her bus. So I'll let these commuters pass. I'll make one more tweet, and that will be end of part 2, open mic, Roosevelt Field. This one was relatively boring for me. The story was smaller than I expected. The gun rights nuts were here and gone as fast as they got on the trend, they got off it. And of course, if it was a mass gunman, gun woman, like San Bernardino, or both in San Bernardino, gun man, gun woman, the gun rights people would have stayed with it, but they surrendered on this one very fast. And now it's the bird woman who used to work at Hallmark. So the crazies are left this one alone. Okay, so this one, kudos to the security people. Electric Geek, U.S. History, Disney, Sports, contributing blogger. Okay. Um, I don't know what to call him. His name is Andrew Carrieri. I'm going to call him Eclectic Geek Man. Might add a couple more words. Let's see what I remember. Eclectic, whoops, Geek, U.S. History, Disney Man, and kudos to security. Put the Roosevelt Teal tag. 2 more tweets. Yeah, see, this is what happens. Leonard Suarez, he did something, and I'm going to respond by doing nothing. Oh, he's following me. Leonard Suarez, he liked my tweet. He's the rumba, I think I called him Mucho Rumba Man. And he has now liked my tweet and followed me. My Twitter followers are up about 20% since I started this gig, so Twitter followers are not especially uh, motivating, but it is part of the reason I keep doing this. If I had nights like this, though, I would have surrendered. Maybe I still will, but at the moment, I'm still rolling with open mic. This has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, this is my seatmate, the fellow that was so close. If you were to visit my website, you would type howdy doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. That's Two Fairies. That's where the commuters come off the boats. Have a good day, good evening, or restful night's sleep. Ciao.